Well, I was born in Los Angeles in the early 50s, and LA was to some extent sort of this breeding ground, very much of a social environment that was constantly shifting in many different ways. Part of it had to do with sort of the influx of many different cultures, but the other aspect of it was that it was sort of the focal point of mass media, and as well as sort of the receivership of the massive amounts of fallout from all the nuclear tests in Nevada during this whole period of time. And so many of the people I grew up with were particularly charged in a certain way. And to have this combination of where I had come from, which was East LA, to have this kind of very separate kind of experience intermixed with my desire to be very much involved in LA, I was always able to sort of traverse these various landscapes and find that there were definitely distinct differences in the way people acted out. But of course, at the core of everything, we're all human beings, and everyone had to deal with the basic problems. But it was always in the way people would respond to conditions that for me served as sort of a palette from which I could choose how to create characters and how to select characters in particular. So I found myself involved in the public access television. So I made many different videos during the early 80s. The turnaround was very quick. Shoot them on a Friday and a Saturday, edit them on a Sunday, and then they would enter this ongoing loop of presentation starting the next week, and it would go on, and it went on for many years actually. Very little is scripted. Much is implied, somewhat prodded along, but really it's like triggering sort of the responses of the actual individuals that are performing as they adopt characters. The idea with the Baby Kake, it was to pair up Humberto Sandoval with Barbara Carrasco, and then to bring into the mix Gronk, and then to sort of have a surprise individual, Ruben Zamora. Anytime I would bump into him in the streets, he was in some kind of extreme characterization. He was with heels and wigs, quite often close to 7 feet tall. And Humberto Sandoval, who I've worked with for many years, is able to sort of enter this psychological space that is very difficult to escape from. And for him to sort of enter this early childhood, infancy, and yet be very chaotic was something that's kind of interesting. And yet sort of the misbehaved child is exactly what triggers Barbara Carrasco into wanting to take control of the situation. And then of course the sarcasm of Gronk playing in the end, it's all about liberation, and sometimes liberation requires that at least 50% of the populace probably isn't going to survive. And now I invite you to watch Baby Kake. Thank you.
I can't stand this.
I remember when my life was in full control. I had money, cars, houses, businesses, men, everything was wonderful. But then the baby came. If only he would have died during delivery. But no, he had to be a healthy 150-pound bouncing thing. If only he had a simple way out of this domestic trap.
Shut up! If only you'd choke on your flakes.
You've got to use child psychology, Mother.
Mama! Who was that?
What are you talking about? Your father's coming home for his monthly visit.
Papa? Papa?
We want him to go for full custody, don't we?
I hate Daddy. He never buys me any toys.
Your mother's little darling. Now eat your crumbs while I wait for your daddy.
Always waiting, waiting for money, waiting for man, waiting for life to go smoothly.
Are you Marie Antoinette?
Here's my ID.
Where did she go? Oh, what's the use?
Dad's home. How's my lovely family?
You're a sick man. We don't see you for a whole month and you expect us to be happy?
But look, I always bring gifts for you. Like, look, there's nail polish for you, and nuts for the baby. Have one.
I hate you, Daddy. I'm going to kill you.
And how's my little baby boy?
What a rude father. He should have at least kissed his son.
No, Daddy, you know how baby gets. He's very nervous.
No. I really wouldn't know, would I?
Why do you always have to stay away from us? Don't you know that I love you?
Love is only a figment of your imagination.
At last I'm free! Free of changing diapers, free of beating that brat.
No more alimony. No more once-a-month headaches.
Look at the two of you. I'm shocked and disgusted. Is this what modern parenting is all about?
I put in my time.
For all I know, he may not even have been my son.
You'll deny anything. He's a spitting image of his father.
Yeah, but what are we going to do about the body?
I'm taking him back with me. He'll have a good home forever.
Well, I think I'll see you later, baby. Arrivederci. So long. See you later. Aloha. Hasta luego. Bye. I guess I don't have to send you the check this month. See you
Not
later.
so fast, lover boy. You're not through with me yet.
I guess I won't send you the check.
I've done better than usual. Now I have two men to depend on my love and affection.
And I don't want anyone to depend on me, or me to depend on anyone. At last I'm free. At last I'm happy.